If you're looking to add a splash of luxury to your ensemble, snagging a Rolex watch isn't just about keeping track of time, it's a full-blown style statement. However, landing one of these iconic pieces can feel more elusive than snagging front-row seats at a sold-out concert. With their high demand and limited production, the waitlists have become almost as legendary as the watches themselves. But here's a plot twist. As 2024 unfolds, the winds seem to be shifting. Rumor has it that getting your hands on a Rolex is starting to require less waiting and more wearing. It's like finally getting the barista to remember your usual without prompting. Sweet victory. Even though Rolex cranks out about 1 million watches annually, snagging one can feel like trying to score a front-row seat at a sold-out show. Challenging, but oh so rewarding. Being on that legendary Rolex waiting list might even turn into a perk if you ever decide to sell. Here at Opulent Oasis, we're unpacking how long you'll actually be twiddling your thumbs for the hottest Rolex models, helping you plot your purchase like a pro. We'll also delve into why you might be aging a year or two while you wait. Consider this your insider scoop on the Rolex waiting game, turning that seemingly endless wait into something akin to finding an unexpected express lane in the busiest of shopping seasons. Number 1. Rolex Explorer. Leading the pack is the Rolex Explorer, a watch that's more than just a timekeeper. It's a tribute to audacity. Born in 1953 to celebrate Rolex's involvement in the first successful ascent of Mount Everest, this watch has become a symbol of endurance and elegance. It appeals to both the intrepid explorer and the refined gentleman. Whether you're scaling a mountain or schmoozing at a gala, the Explorer fits right in. Expect to wait anywhere from 6 to 18 months to get your hands on one. Think of it as waiting for a fine wine to mature. It only gets better with time. After all, owning an Explorer isn't just about telling time, it's about telling a story. Haven't subscribed to Opulent Oasis yet? Give that button a tap. It's your ticket to all things luxury and Rolex. Let's make missing out a thing of the past. Number 2. Rolex Day-Date. Next in line is the Rolex Day-Date, the quintessential President's watch. Launched in regal style back in 1956, quickly became the darling of dignitaries and decision-makers around the globe. This trailblazer was the first to announce both the date and the day fully spelled out on its dial, all wrapped in nothing but the finest gold or platinum. If you're planning to wrap your wrist with this piece of presidential panache, you could be looking at a wait of 6 to 36 months, thanks to its luxurious allure and the recent introduction of the puzzle dial, which has watch enthusiasts buzzing. Owning a Day-Date is less about checking the time and more about checking a milestone off your bucket list. It's not just a watch, it's a statement piece that says, I've arrived. Number 3. Rolex Daytona. Since its grand entrance in 1963, the Rolex Daytona hasn't just kept time. It's raced through decades as a pinnacle of style, especially the coveted Paul Newman reference 6239, which is like the crown jewel for collectors. Inspired by the high-octane world of golden-era racing and linked to the cool, collected vibe of Paul Newman himself, the Daytona packs a punch with its sharp dial, spot-on tachymetric scale, and tough-as-nails movement. Planning to snag one? Strap in for a wait that can stretch from 1 to 3 years, driven by its ever-surging demand. It's like waiting for your favorite band to go on tour. Totally worth it when the show starts. Number 4. Rolex Datejust. Next up, the Rolex Datejust, which rolled out in 1945 and quickly set the standard for what a watch could be. As the first to flaunt the date at the 3 o'clock spot on a waterproof, self-winding ticker, the Datejust was more revolutionary than a rock band with electric guitars in a string quartet era. It's still rocking its classic look with a flair that screams both boardroom and black tie. If you're looking to get one, the wait is a breezy 3 to 6 months. Pretty swift for a piece of history that's as stylish today as it was back then. Sporting a Datejust is like having a vintage convertible. Timeless, classy, and always in style. Every time you check the time, it's a little reminder that you're wearing a masterpiece that bridged eras. Number 5. Rolex Oyster Perpetual. The Rolex Oyster Perpetual is the backbone of the Rolex empire, a direct descendant of the groundbreaking Oyster model introduced in 1926. This was the watch that made history with its pioneering waterproof case, and its modern counterpart continues that legacy with a design that's effortlessly chic and understated. But don't let its minimalist vibe fool you. Securing one of these can take anywhere from 6 to 12 months. It's the kind of watch that's like the quiet achiever in the room, Doesn't make a fuss, but always leaves an indelible impression. Number 6. Rolex 1908. Now let's dive into something fresher on the scene. The Rolex 1908 debuted at the recent Watches and Wonders event. This collection is a savvy blend of heritage and innovation, nodding respectfully to the elegant Cellini line while stepping boldly forward with its own unique twists. If you're looking to get one on your wrist, gear up for a wait that starts at 6 months and can stretch even longer. With Rolex capping their annual production at about 1 million pieces, landing a 1908 is like snagging a limited edition vinyl from your favorite obscure band, both a triumph and a treasure, adding to the allure of finally calling one of these modern classics your own. Number 7. Rolex Submariner. Moving on to a true classic in the world of dive watches, the Rolex Submariner. First introduced back in 1953 and then unveiled to the world at Baselworld in 1954, the Submariner broke new ground by offering water resistance up to 100 meters, a feat that set it apart in the dive watch category. It's not just a watch, it's a piece of history that continues to play a crucial role in Rolex's sports collection. Combining a timeless look with stellar functionality, the Submariner has become a must-have for enthusiasts. If you're looking to add one to your collection, be prepared for a wait of about 6 to 12 months. It's akin to waiting for a vintage wine to reach its perfect maturity. The anticipation only adds to the satisfaction. Number 8. Rolex Sea Dweller. Last on our tour of Rolex marvels is the Sea Dweller, launched in 1967 specifically for professional divers. This watch isn't just robust, it's a powerhouse capable of withstanding the pressures of deep-sea exploration. Celebrating its 50th anniversary in 2017, the Sea Dweller was treated to significant upgrades that enhanced its performance and updated its aesthetics, making it even more desirable. If you're aiming to secure one of these formidable timepieces, you could be looking at a wait ranging from 3 to 18 months. Like snagging tickets to the season's most anticipated concert, getting your hands on a Sea Dweller requires patience, but the experience of finally strapping it on is exhilarating. Whether you're an avid diver or a collector of exceptional watches, the Sea Dweller promises to be a rewarding addition to your collection, well worth the wait. Navigating the Rolex waitlist is like being in an exclusive club where patience is the price of entry. Think of it as your reservation for one of the most sought-after accessories in the world. And guess what? If you're on the list, you might just hit the jackpot if you decide to sell, since these watches fetch a pretty penny on the secondary market. Here's the deal. Rolex produces only about 1 million watches a year, ensuring each one remains a rare gem. Hot models like the Submariner and Daytona have fans waiting years to get their hands on one. Being buddy-buddy with your dealer might just nudge you up the list a bit faster. And for those not keen on waiting, the secondary market is always there, ready to serve you a Rolex on a silver platter for a price. This waiting game isn't just about time, it's about joining the ranks of the Rolex elite. These wait times we've mentioned aren't set in stone. They can shimmy up or down depending on how tight you are with your Rolex dealer. It all circles back to Rolex's exclusivity. These watches are as rare as a perfect day in British weather. If you've got your eye on a particular model, touching base with your dealer will give you the real-time lowdown. What's your take on these elusive wait times for Rolex models? Let's get a conversation rolling in the comments. And if you found this intriguing, why not give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more Lux tidbits? Thanks for tuning in to Opulent Oasis. Don't stray too far. We've got more watch wisdom on the way.